good about. Top boy.
This is another Wavy doing some shit bit me.
He rushes.
We're talking about Top Boy and shit. Listen, so Netflix, basically, alright, so do you know the background of how the show got taken down?
No. I didn't even know this was a show.
Basically, Drake was like, yeah, I need this. Look, see, look, behind that, Drake, official trailer. Producer Drake. Produced the whole shit. Basically, it was a short rated that was on Netflix. Niggas, I really don't, to be honest with you. Basically, he was like, yo, when's next season? I'm hooked to it. I'm hooked to it. So basically, niggas was like, yo, it's none of that, bro. Drake was like, oh, you mean? So he was like, I need that. We uploaded the show, basically. I mean, now the shit is booming.
What you got into is that Drake paid the funds to start this shit again.
Yes. Sir. I mean, I don't know if it was because of money or if it was because of niggas was just like, yeah, I quit. I don't know. But you definitely about to watch this trailer. I haven't seen it yet, though. About to see. This shit should be fire.
Well, I know London. People pay a lot of money to get high. Dark, white, weed, all of that.
Right.
Do you get me? From the mud in the trenches, running and hopping the fences, fresh out the pen like a sentence. I should have known. In Jamaica, how about this connect? Guy the brother you're friends with. If we do this, we're back on top. What are you saying?
This shit already looking too
This
beast.
shit do look beastie. Now you look like a ghost.
Hey, Solly's back on Summer House, you know. Guess who he was with? The Shane Hill. They're shotting. They got food, you know.
Elizabeth.
We're back, bro. Things have changed. I'm running the fields now.
Nah, fuck that. Ain't nobody gonna try to trouble Summer House.
Jamie, yeah? Let me give you a piece of advice. You're here to get mine. You want to sell food, you sell my food. You don't sell nothing at all.
Shit about to be beastie.
What do we know about it? He's got them two brothers, yeah?
What does he we do?
He provides for us, doesn't he? I'm so proud of you. Hey, yo. Who am me, though? Nah. Ever since we were kids, together, running up and down these streets.
I can already tell this is about to be some.
Yeah, niggas is about to get left.
Trying to get to the top. To do that, we have to get Jamie out of the way. Light him up. There ain't no trust in this game.
I trust you to do the right thing.
Whatever mindset to get to the top, you have to fight for what you want, fam.
If they find you, you know what they'll do to you.
The top. It's worth losing your people. Family. What else are we gonna be?
Top boy, nigga.
Look beastie.
I definitely need to see that. September 13th, it is the 16th. That shit been out for a couple of days and niggas is already talking about it.
Trust days.
I mean, trust that, trust that. David, what you thought of that? You was interested, nigga? Share your thoughts with the people.
It look good. Nigga ass.
What's up? Caught up. I was on black.
We did top
For them
before.
homies.
It had huge critical acclaim. It was loved, but it was a niche market. It was a small group of people that was fed by it. But it's now in a climate where people are just ready for it.
Like,
Top Wavy. different. From the very first cut, I suppose, of the first episode, I knew this was something special.
When Top Boy seasons 1 and 2 came out, I was in school. Absolutely fell in love with it.
It's so.
Because the quality is trash. Niggas is playing without me even pressing play. Like, fix that quality. 1080p, my boy. You about to look at the background of this shit, bro. Niggas made a whole documentary of this.
I am like 5 times in like 2 minutes. I am like 5 times in 2 minutes.
So you yawned?
Yeah.
Damn, bro, you tired.
And like everyone like watches.
Going to school the next day, I was like, oh, did you watch last night's episode of Top Boy?
This is the only thing I've been involved in where we know the eyes are there, we know the fans are waiting. But now it's just on us to create this amazing piece of art.
And then we were cancelled. And as a writer, you learn to kind of roll with the blows a bit. If a show doesn't get made or a show gets cancelled, you shrug and you move on to the next one. But I felt really bad about this one. Ashley and Kane, they've taken the brunt of the last sort of however long it is.
I don't know, 6 or 7 years or wherever it was, of being constantly bombarded with questions. Can't even put petrol in the car without someone saying, yeah, when is it, they're gonna do a third one? And it's just like, oh my God.
You have such a great, well-received show that people have just decided to go, you know what, let's leave that.
Anyway, it was dead. It was gone. That was it. And then this fella called Drake got in touch.
He was a fan of the show when it first came out and was public about that, posting it on his social media.
He was just magnificent. He loved the show. He just wanted to do whatever he could.
It didn't really seem like no ego about it. It wasn't about what this show can do for me. It was about like how could I help assist the show.
He also did the bulk of the pitch to Netflix, and I hardly had to say anything, and that was fantastic.
That's Drake, nigga. It was like, oh yeah.
Everybody's been quite excited to know that Drake is involved in the show.
He came to the first read-through, and the minute he walked into the room, the kids just went, wow.
I just want to express how happy this room makes me right here, you know? The show meant the world to me. I wish you the best, you know? I'm sure we'll be all together again when we're winning awards or talking about how successful. Yeah, anyway, thank you so much.
So Jake was like,
for me and Ashley in particular, it was more of a,
he's kind of sitting down reading the script.
Happening again. Being in a room like that makes it seem very official. You know, this is definitely happening, and to hear those words on their feet, just knowing you're about to get stuck in a couple weeks' time or whatever. Yeah, it was a real moment.
Ronan Bennett is an incredible writer. He wrote the first 2 series, and so I think it's so important that he was the person to come and bring it back.
Ronan's writing set the pace, so it's kind of continuation of his style, I suppose. So what we're going to do is create a show, essentially the same show that we would have created before, but it's now in a climate where everyone's going to be able to consume it.
Top Boy is the most genuine, raw depiction of life in South, East, West, North London. So to be a part of it, it feels like you're being
Nigga named David. His rap name is Dave.
able to tell a story as to where you come from and what people go through and how life is.
Like being a top boy, yeah, that's just how life goes sometimes. If you want to make fast money, like you can't really do nothing legit that's making you fast money, and that's the hood mentality. So I feel like this show really portrays the realness of characters and what they need to do to be at the top.
Everyone around here thinks they're a big man. Everyone wants to be a top boy.
We're shooting at the places where this stuff goes down. We were filming on an estate where, you know, the local guys that were dealing couldn't deal because we were shooting. So they were asking for, like, we need money.
It has to be as real as possible, I feel. That's why people loved it so much, because it was so real.
It's always been important for us, me, Kay, and the rest of the cast, to kind of make sure we represent and represent well.
Action!
Our family members and friends come from this world, and a lot of the people who are in the production grew up around that world, so we got a responsibility to tell these stories authentically.
You know, the vibe is nothing but 100% authenticity. We're so close to the streets, we're so close to the world that Top Boy is set in.
You can give Top Boy as a reference and feel confident that it's not like out of this world or unrealistic, like, you know, it's real.
Some real depictions.
We're underlining issues that are either swept under the carpet or just not really spoken about too much.
That's the power of Top Boy. For me, it is an underrepresented part of the world and something that we need to discuss and we need to have a conversation about. But yet the themes are still very international. It's loyalties, family values, respect. And these guys might be doing wrong things, but they're doing it for the right reasons.
The key of all of that is the casting process. The criteria is, do they feel authentic? Do we believe they come from those streets?
Where Top Boy stands out is in that authenticity. You know, we didn't go out to stars. A very high proportion of our actors are first-time actors from similar backgrounds.
It just felt limitless. There was no cap on what we could achieve. And growing up, we didn't always feel like that. We always felt like we was pushing on doors that wouldn't let us in.
Years, I just remember like watching television or whatever and watching shows and not seeing yourself, do you know what I'm saying? Maybe when a person of colour was on the TV, you'd scream upstairs like, yo, someone's on TV, like, yo! Everyone run downstairs, watch that character, see what they're saying.
Over the last 4 years, there's been a push to have more people of colour be on screen. If you read a script and, you know, if a casting director had a script and it didn't say Black John, they would never think about casting John as a black person. But now you can just say John and they'd cast anybody. It could be black, it could be white, it could be Asian. I think that's nice that that's happening now, actually.
Acting for people where I'm from doesn't feel like a real thing, and it never actually clicked that you can go out and do this type of thing until like saw people really like breaking down barriers.
Already in the show.
It's a whole different playing field and it's allowing us to just level up as one basically, and it's going to be amazing, man, because of the platform that we have now. Top Boy, it's all about how we're striving and how we're going to reach and try and get to the top.
Deshay engineers that situation to get him back on top, but kind of touching down in London, he realises like everything's changed. The youngers have become the oldest, the youngers have got younger, and it's just a different world.
It's all about Jamie, so when Deshay comes back, he's no one.
Deshay respects him. I see Jamie as like a mirror of Deshay.
Deshay?
That's crazy. Take away the D and put an R, that's got my name. That's me.
When Deshay was that age.
All of the characters are multi-dimensional. You don't just see them fucking standing on the corner being aggressive, fucking moving drugs. You know, they all have aspirations. The humanity.
You never actually see my character serving. I don't feel like the show actually picks up on that. It's more around why they do that, why they selling drugs and stuff. And I feel like the relationships and everything comes into play, like why they would do it.
There's crime in every part of the world, not always on your doorstep, but with gentrification, it's probably not that far from you. And our aim, if you don't know about it, is to show it to you.
Its strength is it dealing with universal themes, you know, about family, ambition, where we sit in the world. It thrills and exciting. but it has huge heart and humanity, and it's about people.
What this is both a rebirth and a new start, because we're making this season for an audience that's never seen Top Boy, and we're also making it for the core fans who love the show and are familiar with it.
I'm confident that this is gonna be like amazing, man.
It's an explosion, man. It's gonna be seamless. It's Top Boy, but just Top Boy at its greatest.
So they're gonna add the first season too?
Yeah.
First and second one?
Definitely watching that. Definitely need to watch that. But listen, tell us. Matter of fact, listen, no spoilers in the fucking comments.
Deadass, bro. Y'all niggas is daring. Y'all do that
Spoil
shit.
it.
Niggas is blocking you.
Niggas is blocking you. Listen, if you spoil it, he's a bitch. And just know we about to watch this. So niggas about to even look at that before we even about to watch it before I even post this probably. I mean, but I fuck with that. Niggas, tell us your comments. Tell us your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe, like, do all that, you know, post notifications.
I was born with all this drip, I came out of faucet. When they put my bro in the chain gang, I almost lost it. So much jealousy and envy, gotta be cautious. I made some M's when I surrounded myself with bosses.